Hello. Today we are diving into the most controversial topic in motorsport history, why Lance Stroll is the best driver in F1 right now. Wait, did you really think this video was actually going to be about Lance Stroll and why he is the best now? Relax. This was the original thumbnail and title of the video. Let's be honest. Lance Stroll has been in Formula One for almost a decade, and in all these years, the global opinion about him hasn't shifted by a millimeter. For a huge part of the fan base, he is an absolute shit driver.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
The kind of guy whose peak level is driving a London taxi or a school bus, but definitely not a Formula One spaceship. Why? Because his golden ticket to the pinnacle of motorsport wasn't just raw talent. It was his father, Lance Stroll, a billionaire businessman who didn't just buy his son a racing suit, he bought him the whole grid. Lance didn't come from a normal, struggling racing background. From day one, his dad's money turns the hardest sport in the world into an easy mode video game. He entered Formula One in 2017 with Williams. At that time, he was only 18 years old, and right away he became one of the most talked about rookies in the sport. Not because of hype, but because of controversy. His first season was a roller coaster. He struggled massively in many races, looking completely lost next to his veteran teammate Felipe Massa. Everyone was already saying his F1 career was dead on arrival. But then, Monaco passed and Canada arrived, his home race, first points, and then Baku 2017. Out of nowhere, amid the chaos of Azerbaijan, Lance Stroll crosses the line to score a podium. He became one of the youngest podium finishers in Formula One history. That single afternoon changed the narrative. People stopped laughing and started asking, wait, does he actually have talent? But Formula One is not about one good Sunday. It's about 22 of them. And Lance's biggest enemy emerged? Consistency. One day he's a hero, the next 5 races he's invisible. By 2018, Williams was sinking to the bottom of the grid, and Lance needed an exit strategy. So, his father did what any loving billionaire dad would do. Lance Stroll led a group of investors to buy the dying Force India team. In 2019, it was rebranded as Racing Point, and surprise, surprise, Stroll Jr. took the seat. And credit where credit is due, this is where his career actually stabilized. He became more mature, more competitive, and we discovered his hidden superpower, the rain.
How can anyone hate the rain?
Oh God, they try to drown me in that hole!
When heaven opens, Lance Stroll turns into a different beast. Look at Istanbul, 2020. A treacherous, slippery track where world champions were spinning out left and right. Lance, he takes a sensational pole position. Even though he didn't win that race, it was the peak version of Lance Stroll. For a brief moment, the paddock agreed, okay, he belongs here, he earned his seat. But then came 2021. Racing Point transformed into the iconic British brand Aston Martin. The stakes went through the roof. The casual pink team days were over. Now it was about corporate pride, huge investments, and brutal teammates. First, Sebastian Vettel, then the ultimate tier, one predator, Fernando Alonso. And this is where the fairy tale ends and the nightmare begins. When you are paired with multiple world champions, there is nowhere to hide. The comparison became devastating. While Alonso was busy dragging that green car to the podium and fighting Red Bulls, Stroll was often stuck fighting for a way out of Q1. The gap wasn't just visible, it was embarrassing. On most weekends, Lance looked like an amateur compared to the relentless pace of his teammates. But it's not just about the stopwatch. The real reason why Lance Stroll is the most frustrating driver on the grid today is his attitude. In 2023, after a string of terrible weekends, he qualified 17th in Qatar. Watch this. He didn't just look angry, he looked miserable. He threw his steering wheel out of the cockpit and literally shoved his own trainer in the garage. Look at his interviews.
Emotions right now. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the language there. What is not clicking for you behind the wheel at the moment? I don't know.
While other drivers spend minutes explaining technical issues, showing passion, or hurting after a bad race, Lance often looks like a teenager who was forced by his parents to clean his room. Yeah, hard day, we'll see, that's it. It sends a message to the fans, I don't even care if I'm here. And then there's the lack of spatial awareness. The infamous China 2024 incident. Under the safety car, when everyone is backing up, Lance is simply looking somewhere else and obliterates Daniel Ricciardo.
These idiots just slammed on the brake, check wing damage.
You saying my mistake? Okay, I had started to calm down, but now that pisses me off because...
His immediate reaction on the radio? This idiot just slammed on the brakes. No, Lance, you weren't looking.
Can you stay out on this condition? Can you stay out?
Yes!
And this brings us to the ultimate problem. Look at what Aston Martin is doing right now. Lance Stroll is building a monster. He built a state-of-the-art factory. He secured a works engine deal with Honda. He literally hired Adrian Newey, the greatest designer in Formula One history, paying him a salary that matches top drivers. Aston Martin is spending billions to become a world championship team. But there is a giant elephant in the room. To win a Constructors' Championship, you need 2 drivers delivering every single weekend. You can't fight Red Bull, McLaren, or Ferrari with one superstar and one guy who struggles to finish in the top 10. Lance Stroll has a brutal choice to make. Is he the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar racing project, or is he just a protective dad? So, is Lance Stroll truly the worst driver on the grid right now? Considering his car, his limitless resources, and the fact that he has a permanent seat while actual talents fight for survival? Yes. But when you watch him closely, his short answers, his tired eyes, his total lack of passion, you start to wonder about something else. What if Lance Stroll never actually wanted to be a Formula One driver? What if this whole decade-long career is just the ultimate project of an ambitious billionaire father who wanted a champion son? Maybe Lance would be much happier doing something incredibly simple, playing hockey in Canada, working as a golf instructor, or just running a quiet surf shack on a beach somewhere, flipping burgers and pouring drinks for tourists. No cameras, no brutal comparisons to Alonso, no millions of fans calling you a shit driver every Sunday. What do you think? Is Lance a victim of his father's ambition, or is he just wasting a seat that belongs to someone else? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!